Hey guys, Kurt from Time Machine Transport. So I'm over here in Bismarck, North Dakota. AC completely stopped working. The madness, the absolute fucking madness. So these guys over here at I-State Truck Center, Freightliner place, awesome people. If you guys are ever in Bismarck and you need a part for your truck, definitely come here because these guys went above and beyond. So I asked the guy at first, he's like, nah, I don't think we have a printout. So he went in the computer and just started looking and went really above and beyond to get me this printout. So he tells me, so I have the two parts. I'm hoping it's these. So the part number, this is on a Century class. If you guys subscribe to my channel, you know what kind of truck I have. So I'm going to give you the part numbers right away. These two little parts can really make or break an individual from madness to sanity. So this is the one part number. I don't know if it's both of them. Had I known this about actuators, Blendoors, stuff like that, I would have replaced these when I did the what was it, the condenser, when I went into the dash and I replaced the motor, the blower motor, and the what do they call it for the heating to come through, the heater core, and then I think it's part of the condenser as well, the AC side. So I replaced both those. Had I known that, I would have definitely put these in. So that's one part number, and that's another part number. They look like this and this. Parts were not expensive. I mean, you could probably even get them on Amazon if you put it in there, but both parts were $87.20. So I would pay $8,700 for these fucking parts just to have AC. So anyways, I got to get to work here, but I'm going to do a video. I think it's going to be on this side because the guy that printed the stuff out for me, he said that it's located number 25 right there, and then the other one is 35 right there. So I'm going to grab my tools and get into the dash over there, and I'll put you on pause. I'll keep you guys posted. All right, first off, you got to pull your piece out if yours is a Century class. Now I got to get in here and pull this stuff, so I know I got star bits and whatnot, and then I got to pull this out and underneath there, I believe. So I'll put you back on pause. This you don't need any tools for. You got a push button for the fuse right there, pops up, and then you could take that out. I don't know if that needs to come out, but it's easy. And then this front panel here. So I'll put you on pause. Alright guys, we got this open. Don't make fun of my gloves. Men don't wear gloves. Well, I do. Anyways, this is it's a lot of stuff. Anyways, so once you take that, I don't know if you have to take this whole piece completely out, but I think my next move is going to be probably somewhere in here maybe. I'll put you on pause. Well, right on, we found one. So this, the piece I pointed at, just goes up in there. It's held by two bolts, two screws, one right here, and then one right up here. So, yeah, right there on the bottom, just two bolts. And there's the first one, right back here. See where the white is right there? So that's the piece right there. That's the first one. I don't know what the hell I just did with the pieces. I'll show you, hold on. It's right here. This one right here, you can see that white where the air goes in, right there. And on these older trucks, when I talked to the guy at the TA, he said, oh yeah, he said that's all air actuated. So anyways, I'm going to start with that one. Sorry, I got a chew in my mouth. So yeah, it's right there where the white line goes into. So probably held together or held in there. So I got to get it's quick release, so I got to get a screwdriver in there to pull that air line and see how many bolts we have. All right, guys, yeah, you will have to pull that panel out. When I did the floor in this truck, I caulked that all in place. I had to cut it free. It should just pop out if you didn't do anything to seal the bottom there. And then there's our Bandit right there. Oops. So that one bolt came out, but as you can hear the function of it. So you can hear that. I just don't, it looks like there's a pin back here. So if you're looking at the unit, there's got to be something that slides in there. So because this here, yeah, that's a pin right here. So there's another one on the back side. I don't know how the hell I'm going to get that out of there, but oh, there's a little like a clamp, like a little hose clamp. Let me grab pliers. All right, I don't know if you guys can see that, but right there, there's like a clamp. You just got to take a pliers and apply pressure to it to open it off, kind of squeeze it together, and maybe that's what holds it in there. I'll see. All right, guys, that thing's not coming out, so I gotta see if I can remove this whole housing. So I took off the first bolt right there. That's got like a little bracket on it, and then there's another one in there, right up there. Put you on pause. All right, guys, I got that bolt out, but she's not budging, so now I think I'm gonna have to pull this whole fucking thing out. That's why I've never done anything with my dash. I mean, we redid the whole truck and everything, but I didn't even fuck with the dash because all this shit having to go into it all the time. So eventually, once it's fucking done, I don't know, I'm gonna have to pull this off, and then we're gonna have to get behind here, and because I think the other one is on this side anyway, so I got to take that shit off anyways if you want to do both of them. Anyways, I'll put you on pause, listen to what's going on. All right, guys, I don't know how yours comes apart. You're gonna have to figure that out, but now I'm gonna get in here and start taking out all these rest of these screws and bolts, because I got to get in here. Let me put you on pause. All right, having this little printout is kind of nice. So I know that the 25 is the one that's right there, and then the other one is 35, which is there. But it looks like this little dip thing, I think that's that right there, because it goes down. So the other one's gonna be, looks like behind that anyways, so you're gonna have to definitely get a little creative, trial and error. So I'm gonna go ahead and start taking this stuff off. And it doesn't look like, I mean, I've had all this off before when I replaced the heater core and such, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off, and then we're gonna take a look. All right. I'm so glad I never fucking repaired this fucking dash in time. But I think that's our Bandit right here. Looks like the same thing. Yeah, so I was wrong. It's not behind here. It looks like it's right there. But you're still gonna have to take this panel off. So like I said, I don't know how yours is, but mine is pretty fucked up. So this dash was already torn apart several times. You know, on these Century class, these fucking things, man, they're rode hard and put away wet. Rode hard, put away wet again. And you see a lot of issues with the dash because they're just they're a bitch to get into, and people just say fuck it. So anyways, I believe that's our Bandit, so I'm gonna put you on pause. All right, well, I got the 3 bolts out. However, it's gonna be that same scenario as that with the pin all the way back in there. This isn't easy by any means, but when I did my wife's car, I did a video on it, and nothing's as difficult as that. I had to fucking pull out the whole column, the cluster, everything. So it took me hours, and I didn't want to fuck anything up on her dash, so I tried to be as gentle as possible. This, I don't give a fuck as long as I got air. So I'm gonna have to get in there. I'll come back to you guys. Well, I am definitely fucking in it to win it now. So far, I probably got about maybe a half hour on it. Just FYI, if you have this problem, don't expect a TA or a Loves or anything like that to go into your dash. That's their policy. They will never go into your dash. And if you got to pay a mechanic to do this, you're spending a lot of fucking money. A lot of money. A lot of money. All right, guys. So you got to find out how to. Looks like there's like a plate, not a little plate, but like a little washer that you got to pry out, get up underneath there with a flat tip screwdriver and pull it off. That's the only way that's going to come out. Like that. And then the pin should, yep, it just pops out. That is not an easy, that's a fucked up ass design, that's for sure, man. Yeah, this is a lot of work. I mean, not too bad. Like I said, you'll get juices if anybody will even do it for you. You're gonna pay a lot of money for this, so definitely pay attention to this. All right, guys, without fucking having to take everything off, there's a rivet right here, and that holds the piece in there. I'm hoping it slides out like it tucks into another piece of ductwork. Well, it doesn't pop out. However, I can see the piece in there. So I'm gonna try to get in there with a flat tip and see if I can get it, but that's definitely our bandit. Well, I'm not trying to do fucking mass damage here, but I had to kind of tweak this a little bit. When I did the cores, I actually sprayed that grate stuff in there to kind of seal the air so it would come out instead of leaking into the dash. But that's not what is holding it back. It's this shit's all the way in there, man. You got to take like all this shit out, man. I couldn't even imagine the bill from a shop doing this. All right, I lucked out a little bit, so I was able to, let's see if I can get a light in there. I was able to take a long flat tip and kind of pry the piece away from the pin. So now it looks like it's broken, so I don't know how I'm gonna get that to stay in there, but I'll figure that out when I come to it. All right, I got it off. Now it's down here, so I got to disconnect these two lines. Now the thing I don't understand is this is why there's only one way it can go. This has got green and red. This one's got blue and white. I don't know, it looks like the exact same unit, and it's exactly where it's, well, not exactly, but it said it is like that's the area. So yeah, this can only go on one way. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can disconnect these airlines. All right, got it out. So just in case you're not familiar with it, all you got to do is press down. If you got like a flat tip or even your fingers, if you press down and then pull on the airline, it'll pop out. But it's just never seen anything like this before. But the airlines are super fucking tiny, man. Like super tiny. Amazing how something so small can be so major. All right, guys, so the colors are different. There's a green, as you can see right there. That looks like it goes to the white, and then the blue goes to the red. That's the only way it can go on. The reason why I'm saying that is because of these clips right here. You can see where the blue is towards the black, the back or the front, and the white little pieces down there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this pin back in, and then, like I said, we're gonna test everything before I fucking close this up, because they're still right across the street in case I need something. All right, guys, I got it on, but the hat that I pulled, or that little round washer thing I pulled off, it's cracked. So what I'm gonna do is, I think this is gonna work, because I'm in a bind. I'm not at the shop, obviously. So what I'm gonna do is these little caps for the quick release, you just pop that off, because I had an old one, and then I just took a razor knife and I just I cut it in the middle on just the one side. I don't know if you could see that right there. And then what it's gonna do is, hold on, like that, because this is smaller than the actual pin. So I'm going to try to slide this on, and that should keep it on there, like, you know, tension. All right, guys, so that what didn't work, the thing split, but what I did was I had an old cup. I went ahead and cut a piece of plastic, put a hole in it, and this is going to even work better. And then you're just going to pop it over. I'm going to put you on pause. Like so. So the plastic is going to actually stick on there, so it doesn't even work its way off. So that is free advice. Doesn't cost you a cent. Make your little own if you have to. And now you can see it. You put it on there. It's going to stay on there.